Okay, here we are. Today we are drawing an owl. Not owl is in pain, owl is in the bird. Let's get this all nice and where I need it to be. And then I do put this white paper on kind of the black background so we can see it a little bit better. Bring it over here, bump it da. Let's see, I think if I turn that light off, yeah, we're good. Just like that. Okay, I'm getting my tutorial ready to go. And then I'm going to watch this video and show you how to do it. Okay, so what is the very first thing these guys do? By the way, I get this from Art for Kids Hub. It's a website, or it's a channel on YouTube where they, I think it's a dad and his son or his daughter, draw together. So here we go. We're going to start right in this area here. We're not starting with the eyes, even though we normally do. And we're going to create a curved line kind of like that, and then a little V, and another one, and then we're going to curve it just like that. We're kind of working on the feet to start us off. And then I'm going to do another one over here on the right. I did my drawing a little too far to the left, but that'll be okay. And we're going to do another curved line and a little V and then another curved line. Feet are different sizes, but that's totally fine. I'm going to go ahead and kind of top that off right now. And it looks like they added a little curve down here as well. And oh, I see what we're doing. So we're creating like the branch. So kind of gonna go kind of a little squiggly right here. Oop, that looks like a branch. And then same thing right about here. And then we're just gonna kind of follow through, just kind of squiggle it, add any detail you want to make it look like a branch, just like that. And then we're gonna do the same thing from this side. So go ahead and bring it over and connect it right here and bring it over. Now we've got the feet on the branch. So there you go. We're all done. I'm just kidding. Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to come just a little bit outside the feet, and we're going to do a curved line that goes, goes all the way up like that. I didn't curve mine as much as I'd like to. You can curve yours a little bit more. But then we're going to bring this down, and we're going to kind of bring it down kind of right to the middle, okay? Then we're going to come across. Actually, I'm going to do it down here. They started up top. I need to come up for my own sanity. So I'm about the same space from the foot over here, and we're going to curve it up just like that to the same height. And then we're going to bring it down, and we're going to bring these to a point. Just like that. Okay. Next up, we are going to put little triangles up here. Let's make it a little bit bigger because these are going to be the ears. And then we're going to kind of do a curve. So not a straight line, but just a small rounded top. And make our connection just like that. Now, we're going to have some overlapping lines here, just so you know. But we're going to kind of put like a little dot right there, right in the middle, not too much. And then we're going to curve out like this, and we're going to go past the line. And then we're going to do the same thing on the other side. And I'm just going to go to the edge of my paper because I drew mine a little too close. Now, right about in the midsection here, we're going to draw a medium-sized circle that touches, and we're going to do the same thing right here. So a medium-sized circle that just barely touches. Those are almost the same size. I'm getting better with my circle sizes. And then we're going to draw another circle like this and another circle like that. And I didn't quite touch there, so let's fix that. And then we're just going to draw a really tiny circle down here. And it's going to be the highlights. And you'll see what I am talking about here in a second. So we're going to color in the bigger circle of the three of these. So right here, just going to start coloring it in with our black marker, pencil, whatever it is you're using. And let's be careful. I want to keep this inside the lines as best I can. Usually I'm like, oh, whatever, we're outside the lines. For this one, I want to keep it in because we're going to do a little detail on the eyes as well. So go ahead and take your time, kind of make a bold border so you have some wiggle room to make mistakes. And then you just kind of... So we're doing good. Oops. Bold the border a little bit more. I always kind of color the borders a little bit just so if I do go farther than I anticipate, it's like, whoops, well, that's in my border anyways, so it's fine. This is taking a while. This is only one eyeball. Still got to do the other one. Hey, tutorial. Slow down. You're already doing all kinds of other stuff. I'm not there yet. Got to calm those guys down. They're doing all kinds of stuff to this owl. And again, if I ever get to moving too fast for you, please feel free to pause the video and catch up. Because even though it's live, you can pause the live stream. And if for whatever reason it doesn't work and you can't pause the live stream, I will be posting the video in our Google Classroom so you can watch it later. Or after it's done, it'll also be on this YouTube channel. So you can always go back and watch it a different time as well. So if you have brothers and sisters or anything like that, and you're like, hey, you want to do this cool drawing with me? You can come back and draw with them. Or if you want to do another owl or another alligator or whatever we've done so far, you can always come back and do it again, change the colors, add your own cool flair to it, you know, do your own thing. We're getting there. Sometimes I section it off like I have right here just to make it feel like I'm accomplishing a goal. Like, hey, that section's done. Woohoo! Because sometimes I get a little bored shading in so much. But when it needs to be solid, it needs to be solid. We are almost there. Ta-da! 2 eyeballs. Oh, man, that was exhausting. Okay, what did they do? Did they skip ahead? I feel like they skipped ahead in this tutorial. They did skip ahead a little bit. Okay, once you get your eyeballs colored in, what we're going to do next is we're actually going to outline the eye. So create just a little line that goes around and do the same thing on the other eye, just like that. And then we're actually going to do it again. So we're going to create another layer because owls have those like really interesting eyes. And then I'm going to do this. I'm going to go to that point for both of them. You don't have to. That's just what I did because I wanted to. In fact, let's like emphasize the... I'm going to darken this a little bit. Why, may you ask? I don't know. I'm going to kind of make it look more like an eyebrow by doing this. And I'm doing it because I want to, not because you have to or I have to. Let's get it just a little. There we go. Oh, flare. Okay. Now what we're going to do is we are going to kind of do like a little zigzag up here. Just to make it look like it's in deep thought. And then we're going to come down here, kind of right at this eyeball, and we're going to give it kind of like a little chest feathers. Put some hairs on his chest. Loopies like this. Make it look a little bit more like an owl. Oh, they actually did a lot of them. So let's go ahead and kind of do it like this. There we go. I like that. What else did they do that they didn't tell me about? My tutorial. Something happened. Oh no, they're making me watch an ad. Well, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and put little curves on its talons, make it look more like claws. And then what else did they do? What else do we have going on here? That's pretty much it, actually, but I don't like how I want to make sure the beak can be seen. So I'm going to just put a little thing right there so we can color that in and have a little bit of a beak. And we're going to add some emphasis down here on the tail. I'm trying to keep it kind of even. So that's 5, and then 1, 2, 3, 4. And I kind of want it to at least look like there's a bit of a wing there. So I'm going to bring this out like this. So it looks like it's closed up, but it's still got some wings there. It's nice and tight. And let's go ahead and do this right here. I'm not going to close it off because I feel like owl ears, like everything kind of stays the same color, but I just want to emphasize that a little bit more. What else can I do? I don't know. Let's add like a little tree branch thing. So just do some lines and a little leaf. And then maybe we'll make it go like this right there. Okay, I think that's good. Let's go ahead and color it in. So yesterday I did a rainbow teddy bear. Today I think I'm going to keep it kind of generic again and do a brown owl. So let's get, I want a darker brown. Let's make, that's brown. Okay. I'm going to do this inside actually. I'm going to do that light brown. So I'm going to mute my mic for a second so I can sharpen my pencil. Okay. And then we're going to do this really lightly because I want to start in here. And I'm going to take it all the way up the beak. Again, I'm always careful around the borders just because I try not to mess things up too much. But again, mistakes are just happy accidents. And we can learn from mistakes and not do that thing again, or we can turn it into something totally different. It's a little bit harder to do that with math and other things like that, but with art, you can always make it into something else. So there we go. We've got that. Let's do like this golden yellow for the beak. Color that in. And what else? What else do I want to do? I want to give him like a baby blue eye. So let's do this. I'm just kind of bouncing around right now. There's no order you have to color anything. It's just what I want to do. If you want to start with the toes and work your way up, or the ears and work your way down, or color things in just totally sporadically, you do that. That's kind of what I'm doing. I'm just picking random spots. So we're doing pretty good here. I went outside the lines just once, but totally fine. We got that. And now let's bring out the, or is this light brown? There we go, dark brown. I don't need light brown anymore. I need dark brown. I'm going to color this in. Start on the sides. Just work our way up. And again, the one thing I do suggest is to try coloring in the same direction. So, you know, so I'm doing like this single angle. I'm not going this way now. It just helps with your texturing. I kind of did it in here, but I was doing it so lightly it's not as noticeable. When you color in one direction, it does look a little bit better. Or if you slowly change your direction, like I'm doing right here, that's also totally fine. And if you don't want to color in the same direction, you don't have to. You do whatever you want. I'm just going to color that triangle in like with the darker brown. Just push a little bit harder. That's what I like about color pencils too, is you can just kind of just push a little bit harder and it's almost like a whole new color. Or just do it really lightly. And again, it feels like a whole new color. And again, I'm just going to kind of border that there so I don't color outside the lines. Let's see, I'm going to darken this right in here too. And kind of make it dark around this. And at this point, I'm just doing everything on my own. I'm not following the tutorial. I follow the tutorial for the outline. I color it however I want. There we go. Oh no! See? Now watch, you're going to notice that. Well, maybe not. I didn't color too hard. Just trying to stay the same direction. Except for this. Okay, whew, there's a lot going on here. I feel like I colored the whole outline. I have not. So let's, oops, don't want to color in that eyeball. So let's come in here and go like this. Work on that edge there. Sometimes it's just better to color out your outline and then just scribble like you want freely in the middle. Man, I should start drawing these a little bit smaller. That way I don't have to color in so much. I like the alligator. That one was nice and small. Didn't have to do all this shading. Like, don't get me wrong. I like coloring. I'm kind of hungry. I want to go to lunch. Okay. Now, I'm going to do this for the tail. So I'm going to color it in a little bit harder for every other one. Just to give it, again, a little bit more depth in its body color, except for this one. So hold on. You'll see what I'm talking about. You see how I went 1, 2, 3? Now I'm going to do the same thing, and these two are going to be right next to each other as a darker color. So 1, 2, 3. I did that for uniformity. I'm still using the dark brown for this just because even though I want them to look different, I also want push a little too hard at the top there, but that's okay. And the nice thing about having the darker ones is doing the lighter ones, you can just scribble over the lines. Doesn't even matter. No one will even notice it. Okay, almost there. Let's get our light brown. Mahogany, get out of here. Where's the light brown at? That's brown, light brown. I'm going to color this up here. Do a light brown around the blue eye. You can leave it white if you want to. You don't have to color it if you don't feel like it. It's just what I feel like doing. Oh my goodness, if you heard that, my cats are wrestling in the background. Woo! We're almost done coloring the owl. And then we got that big stick to color. Okay. Let's change it up. Let's get some orange in here to emphasize that there's no feathers. So I'm just going to do the dark orange, and I'm going to do a light orange for the claw part. So just lightly color it, just so there's a difference, but at the same time, same color. And let's work on this. You know what? Mahogany. Now we'll use you. Okay, Mahogany? This is a mahogany tree. So it's got a little bit of red to it, but it's kind of brown as well. Any of you have ever seen Hunger Games? This tree is made of mahogany, just like the table. For those of you that don't know what the table is, well, you haven't seen Hunger Games, and that's totally fine. But spoiler alert, at one point in time in the first one, I think, was it Katniss? You see the Katniss or her mentor, like, slammed down on the table. I think he might have even, like, stuck it with, like, a dinner table knife or something. And then the lady freaked out. She's like, oh my gosh, this is mahogany. And got super angry because mahogany is a really expensive wood. At least real mahogany is. You probably get a fake mahogany for cheaper, but overall, it's not cheap stuff. And let's get a little bit of green on those leaves. I don't even, oh, wow. My green's messed up. Sorry, I didn't mute my mic first. I apologize. But let's get that yellow-green in there. And just like that, you have a big-eyed owl. Thanks for watching. I'm going to open up the Zoom now because it's lunchtime. I'm going to go get some food. Hope you all enjoyed. And have a great day. See you later.